There is a part of us that, even as a child, has had a profound sense of wisdom and intuition and a moral compass that never falters. That part of us is something we often refer to as our inner child or our higher self. And as an adult, in retrospect, looking back at our hindsight 2020 goggles on, it's easy to see we have not given that part of ourselves her proper place. Welcome to day 7 of 21 days of self-love and mindfulness. I am the author, Sunflower Medicine, and today's lesson is a very short letter I've written to my inner child. A few years ago, I had to make a choice. I had to choose between continuing to work myself ragged to satisfy everyone else's expectations of me and what they want from the world, just hoping they would see and acknowledge and maybe even reciprocate my generosity and my kind intentions, or following that wise, intuitive, moral compass that has been the voice in my head for as long as I can remember. I was spurred by a health crisis and the realization that I was spending way too much time and energy just trying to keep up with these people and this society who, for the most part, didn't even see the real me. I made a bold choice. I chose my true self. The hardest part about doing that, about freeing my inner child, was letting go of trying to control everyone else's opinions of me or their satisfaction with how life was. I really had given a significant part of my life to believing that their satisfaction and joy in life was my responsibility. In doing so, I savagely disregarded and dishonored that part of me that is so clear about what's right, what's true, what's honest. So today, we're going to ask some reflection questions to give you a sense of how connected you are with that part of you that is clear on who you are and what you're here for, your inner child. First question, do you believe you've lost touch with your inner child? How often do you check in with your intuition or your moral compass when making decisions? Intuition is a big part of what the inner child or higher self brings. Can you tell the difference between your intuition and your ego-driven voices in your head? How can you tell which one is driving your thoughts? Write down some of the clues or indications that your inner child or higher self is or is not guiding you daily. Share some of these in the comments. It's always good. Some of us actually get kind of stuck on these questions. So to see what you've written, what you've come up, is a good prompt for other people in the community. Next question, what parts of your ego would clash with the innocent nature of your inner child? This is a big one for me. I can remember times when my higher self was against doing something that felt wrong, and I would have a conversation in my head shushing my inner child, telling her to be quiet, get out of the way, because it was not safe to be so vulnerable and against what everyone else was doing. I literally have this vision of telling her to be quiet, go away. In one of our early videos about the cactus maze, I talked to you about having regrets. And this is one of my biggest. How often I let my ego, which is only trying to keep me safe, but I let it bully my higher self into being silent and invisible. And it kept us small. It kept me believing that what my true self, my true expression, my fulfillment, what we wanted, what we desired, what we were here for, was impossible. Take a minute, ask yourself, is there anything that your ego, that just wants to keep you safe, is keeping you from hearing or expressing, that's true for you, that's at the heart of who you are, that's honest? Third question, did you as a child have to grow up too fast? There may be a part of you that just really wants to have a chance to play, to sing, to imagine. And given that freedom, you get to experience your true self. Some of us became very young latchkey kids who in various degrees took on being grown up and independent at a very early age. I know some people who felt they had to take care of their siblings or even their parents before they had a chance to enjoy a real childhood. That childlike part of us can help us be creative in how we solve problems, be fearless in exploring new ideas and opportunities. That childlike part of us sees a possibility and a future that our ego doesn't want us to know exists. But it does, and it's extraordinary. Is there a part of you that wants to allow that child to guide you in exploring what's possible? Take a minute and write down any child things you wish you had been able to do. Maybe you wanted to learn music, or practice art, or be able to build something. Or maybe you just wanted to be able to make a mistake. Write it down. Allow yourself to connect with that part of you that longs for the innocence, clarity, and truth of your inner child. Please share that with the community. Please add that to our comments. Last question for today. What do you believe is the best part of having an inner child? This is your opportunity to acknowledge that intellect, that wisdom and guidance that actually lives inside of you. And as a start to making up for all of those times you pushed it out of the way, take a minute to validate it. To recognize how pure and relevant and honest that part of you is, and what listening to it and expressing it can allow for you. I don't know about you, but that excites me. That gives me some optimism. That spurs me into an exciting new day. I hope it does for you. Thank you for looking at this part of yourself. Thank you for allowing that part of you that is calling for self-expression and fulfillment to be heard, to be acknowledged, to be validated. You're doing great work. It's an honor to be here with you. I'll see you in day 8's coaching session. I look forward to it. Bless you.